Hello everyone, welcome to Caroline's Craftery. Today I'm just going to do some wax seals, which I got from Craspire.com. And they also have a coupon for you, Caroline 5. So I'll leave some links below for that. And let's just get started. So I got two wax seal kits. Now they came with a wax seal, and I got a dragonfly and a flower. I've had some wax seals before, but I haven't done a lot with them, and I just wanted to show you how I do them to try to get them fairly even and whatnot. And then one kit came with these lovely bronze colored, and the other one came with this really nice rose color, and they each came with a spoon, and also they each came with some candles. Now I'm not using candles today. I am going to melt the wax a different way. I've also got a little bit of this Brilliance Moonlight White ink, just to make the seal pop out a little more. So let's move some of this stuff off to the side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some wax seals. And then in another video, I'm going to show you something else with them that I did, which I thought was kind of cool. So I'm just going to get a couple things ready here. We'll get out some wax just so they're there. So I do have 4 other wax seals. I've got a butterfly, a tree, and 2 different roses. So they're nice, and they're actually quite heavy. Oops. So I'm also going to play with these, but I'm just going to show you a couple of the wax seals. Now I've got a cutting board down, like a heat pad type thing, because of course the wax is going to be hot, etc. And then this is just that baking paper, so the wax doesn't stick to it. Now, last time I did wax seals, I did them outside, so I didn't worry about the candle, etc. But I'm doing it in the house, and if I do the wax seals in the house, I find that my smoke detector goes off. So I don't really want that, so I'm going to use my heat tool to melt the wax. The length of time it takes to melt the wax is probably just as quick as doing it on a candle. So I'm going to start with some bronze. Now I've got 3 little things. I've got, that's the size of these little wax things. And now you can buy this stuff all over, really, but I really like this wax compared to the other wax I had, because this feels a lot softer and easier to work with, actually. So I'm just going to melt this. So it's going to take just a second, so bear with me. Now, I don't know if that's too loud and there's not really anything to see on the screen, but I'm just holding this like so, and it melts fairly quickly, but I'm going to do it off to the side. So I do heat it up from the bottom first, and then kind of once my little spoon is hot, then I'll heat it up from the top. So basically I'm just holding it like so on top to melt the wax. I'm just going to fast forward till the wax is thawed. Okay, my wax is done. So now I'm just going to pour it, and I try to pour it as best in a circle as I can. Now, it doesn't always work that way, but I do try. And I find that 3 of these little things is more than enough. Now I just take the wax seal tool and I just set it on top and I let the weight of this squish the wax out, just because it seems to be enough weight. And I just take a tissue and I just wipe off the side, just so then that way the wax seal doesn't go all over. I'm going to drop 3 more in there because they will partly melt just from the heat of that. Now how long you leave it really depends. You don't need to leave it like a long time. The wax cools off quite quickly. And you see how that one did not turn out at all. But it's still okay. That's the one nice thing about wax seals, is they don't have to be perfect. That adds extra to it. So we're going to try the dragonfly next. So let's heat up this again. The one nice thing about doing it on a candle is that this can be warming up and melting while you're doing something else. But I have the candles, but I don't have something to hold the spoon on top of the candle. So therefore, the heat gun it is. Okay, now the second one is warmed up. So let's dump that out. And hopefully we can make it a little bit better. This one's already pouring nicer. I usually just pour it in one spot and let it just kind of spread out, because then you tend to get a lot smoother circle. As I say, really, you can still use the ones that are... Okay, so let's drop that right in the middle, and I just kind of let it sink really slow. And then that way it kind of gives it time to ooze all over. This one I can tell is going to turn out a lot better. But I will do a few at a time. So I'll just keep doing this. And like I say, with a candle this would be great because that could be melting. And I think at some point I will get a candle thing, and then I'll maybe turn a little fan on to blow it out the window or something. But like I say, usually I do a whole bunch in the summertime. That's what I did. I had a bunch of the wax, little wax, whatever you call these. And I just did up a whole bunch, and then I did some things with them. And there's so many things you can use the wax seals for. So here is this one. And there are so many different wax seals. They have some really, really nice ones at Craspire. So there is that one. So I'm going to do one with 4 in it. But what I do with this here is, and this is just like ink, so I just use my finger myself. And then I just rub this onto the wax seal. I would use like a silver pen or something, but I don't have one. But you can just see that just makes it pop just that little bit more. I'm not sure how well that's going to show up on camera, because the lighting that I have is not the best. but it just makes that pop a little bit. So I like how they turn out. Let's put the lid back on there. Okay, I'm going to try one with 4. So I'm just going to fast forward through melting that. Okay, melted. And now this is the 4. So we'll see how much of a difference the 3 and the 4 make. Again, pouring it just in one spot. There's so many videos on making wax seals, and there's no right or wrong way. I even seen one lady, she was actually dumping the wax into a little tiny mold because she wanted really good round ones. So now just carefully drop that in, and again just let the weight of the seal itself push the stuff out. And that's, I haven't even done the pink ones yet, so I'm going to try a pink one next. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do up a whole bunch of these and just sit there and make them. And then the next video will be a little project using these wax seals. Yeah, it's just fun to use them as embellishments on things. So let's see. So this one here was the 4. So there's that. And that one there is the 3. So the 4 definitely gives it a little bit more of an edge on there. And I'm going to put the ink on kind of when I go to use them, because some of them I might just use a different color of ink. I was thinking black might be really nice as well. So we'll see. So let's try one of this rose colored. I love this color. So here I go to melt the wax. Okay, here comes some rose. And again, this is 4 things. And it does take a tiny bit for it to start to thicken up. Let's do a butterfly, and again, pop that right in the middle, just letting the weight of the, I guess this is the seal part, do down the weight. And you don't need to have a handle for each, because they all, the handles come off. Most of them. There is some. All the ones I have, the handles come off. And they all fit each other, even though they all didn't come from Craspire, but they're pretty much the same. So, just having a few handles is great. Because I'll do like one of each of them. And then once I do that, then I'll take them off the things and whatnot. So here is a pink one. And there is the wax seal, which actually turned out pretty darn good, I think. As good as I would ever need them to turn out. Excuse me. So that is how I do the wax seals. It can be a little time consuming if you want to do a whole bunch. And I don't think I would do too many just on the project itself. I would make them like this and then glue them on. Just because I think it goes quicker. So I just had a little idea here. I'm going to try a couple. I'm going to just some embroidery floss here. I've never actually did anything with them, so So I'm just going to bunch up some thread like so. And let's heat up this bronze. There's some on the side. Okay, so let me heat that up and let's see what we can do. Okay, it's melted. I'm just going to pour that in a nice circle right on top of that thread. I've never put it on top of something before. So this is new to me. I know I've seen people put down flowers and on top of lace and whatnot. So really, I think you could pour it on top of anything, really. And to clean my spoons, all that I do is heat it up, and then while it's hot, I just wipe it out with a tissue or a paper towel. These ones I'll probably just leave, and then I'll use them for those two colors because these are the only two colors I have right now. Quite ready. And you can tell when it's ready because it comes off the paper really easy. Like right now it's still sticking just a tiny little bit. So it's probably not quite cool enough. There we go. Now, even though there's not a ton of thread sticking out, but you can see some of the thread stuck in there and along here, which is kind of cool. So when that's down on something, you'll see just that little bit of thread sticking out. So that's a good possibility for lots of fun things to try. So there you go. That's how I do my wax seals now. And I think all in all, other than that first one, the other ones turned out good. This one here and this one here, I think, are the best for size-wise and for the evenness around them. But like I say, any of them are good. So I hope you'll go to Craspire and check them out. They have so many different seals and different colors of the wax. And the wax comes in a few different forms, like big long sticks and these little things and little fancy shapes and stuff. So check them out and use the coupon code and get yourself a little bit of money off on those. And we will see you again soon in the second part of this. Bye for now.